Good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing today? I want to make a quick presentation. And this is a good video right here because I want to ask you guys, how many of you guys knew that how many, I want to just talk about this because I feel this will be a quick little topic to talk about this morning. I'm going to talk real quick about guys who gave up on themselves. Now, you know, here's my thought about dudes who gave up on themselves. Baraka gave up on himself. The dude that I used to work with at the fast food restaurant, he gave up on himself. He took himself out. Dudes who gave up on themselves, they knew that it was no hope for them. Dudes who threw in the towel, who just accepted their fate, and they just accepted the fact that they was never gonna have love in their life. I feel like those types of dudes, I feel those type of guys, they did themselves a favor. They did themselves and the world a favor because they knew things was never gonna shake up for them. There's nothing wrong with a man giving up on himself because your history determines how your life is gonna play out. If you, like I always say, if you got a history of losing, then that's what you're gonna continue to do. If you got a history of winning, then you're gonna continue to kill the game. You're gonna continue to win. See, it's all about your start. It's all about that start. I know they tell dudes who've never been desired, they tell dudes all kind of stupid stuff. They tell them that they gotta go to the gym, they gotta get jacked, and they tell dudes all kind of foolishness. But see, I see what a lot of guys fail to realize. You got a lot of dudes, they been gave up on themselves back in their adolescent days. See, one thing about me, I gave up on myself when I was a teenager. I knew that nothing was never gonna work out for me. I was born to lose. I was born to lose. And see, I like being around other guys who had that same mindset. I was born to lose. I gave up on myself back when I was a teenager. I been gave up on myself. You know what I'm saying? I gave up on myself when I was an adolescent. And a lot of these dudes who were in these positions, they wasn't tagging no vagina when they was teenagers. So you got to think, if you wasn't tagging no vagina when you were 15, 16, you definitely not going to tag no vagina in your 20s, and you definitely not going to tag no vagina in your 30s. It's over. It's over. It's over. That's what a lot of guys need to understand. See, a lot of these dudes that's in these positions, a lot of these types of guys, they been done gave up on themselves. I been gave up on myself. I gave up on myself when I was like 15, 16. I been gave up on myself. I'm legendary. I been gave up on myself. Salute. I'm TFL forever. I always knew nothing wasn't gonna shake up for me. I always knew it wasn't gonna shake, it wasn't gonna pop, and nothing never did. I always knew it wasn't gonna work. See, there's nothing wrong with dudes giving up on themselves because a lot of these dudes that gave up on themselves, they knew nothing was never gonna work out for them. So if you knew nothing was never gonna work out for you, it is what it is. I predicted this back when I was a teenager. I know they tell dudes they gotta go to the gym and all that. Like, yeah, going to the gym, what's that gonna do? I mean, you wasn't pulling no vagina at 15. So what make you think you getting ready to pull some at 35? It's over. And that's why I want to clarify in this presentation, I been gave up on myself a long time ago. I gave up on myself back when I was a teenager. Back when I was a teeny bopper, I gave up on myself. I gave up on myself early in life because I knew from the time I was a teen, I stood no chance. And see, I got a word of advice to give to youngsters. If you a guy, you a teenager, and you nervous, insecure around females, you know what that come from? That come from not being wanted. Because think about it. If you was a sexy dude, you wouldn't be insecure around females, and you wouldn't be nervous either. You'd have all the confidence in the world to approach a female. That advice right there is for any teenager that's watching this presentation. That's my advice to the youngsters. You know, if you're a teenager, you don't have the confidence to approach a woman. You don't have that self-esteem. It's because you're not wanted. That's only feelings that an unwanted guy would experience. If you're a dude that females like, you're not gonna feel that way. You're not gonna be insecure about yourself. See, being insecure comes from a lack of. It comes from knowing that you ain't good enough. It comes from knowing that you don't have the ability to execute what you're trying to execute. That's where insecurity comes from. See, I represent for dudes who gave up on themselves. You know, I know a lot of dating coaches and PUAs, you know, they try to attack guys who gave up on themselves. But as a man, it ain't nothing wrong with giving up on yourself, especially when you knew from day one you were destined to lose, you know? See, I knew I was destined to lose from day one. I was destined to crash and burn. And a lot of guys knew it. A lot of guys knew they were destined to lose, you know? I'm representing for the people at the bottom. I'm TFL till my casket dry. So go ahead and let that champagne pop. Yeah. See, I knew I was born to lose. And I represent for dudes who were born to lose. See, you got a lot of these cats, they knew from the time they were teenagers that as far as their love life, nothing was going to shake up for them. They knew they was never going to have a significant other. They knew that they were never going to be fathers or, you know, have children. A lot of these guys knew from the time they were young that they would never have a female. They knew nothing was never going to work out for them. I knew nothing wasn't going to never shake up for me. I predicted how things was going to play out. I knew I was never going to get nobody. And everything that I thought manifested. So it's nothing that people can really tell these types of dudes. You know, they tell dudes, you know, they try to attack guys and shame guys who gave up on themselves. There's nothing wrong with giving up on yourself, especially when you never had a shot, you know, and that's why I always go back to that. There are some people in the world who just never had a fair shot. You know, they never had a fair shot at life. I never had a fair shot, you know, and one thing I do know in life, it's all about your start in life. You know, how you start is how you finish. You don't go from being a zero your whole life to becoming a hero. I know that rhyme, but it's true. You know, you can't become what you never was. And you got some dudes who never been a sexy dude to women. They never been that guy, you know? So, you know, you just can't become something that you never been. You know, and, you know, if you've been losing your whole life, you might as well just get acclimated to losing, because that's what it's going to be for you. And that's why I just wanted to clarify in this video, talking about guys who gave up on themselves. Don't shame and attack guys who gave up on themselves. Salute them. I'm going to pop a bottle of champagne in my next live stream. I'm going to have some champagne on hand, you know, to salute the dudes who gave up on themselves, because it's, you know, a lot of people want to shame men who gave up on themselves. There's nothing wrong with giving up on yourself, especially when you always knew you didn't have a shot. See, a lot of these dudes who gave up on themselves, they knew they never had a shot. They knew it was over for them from the time they were teenagers. They knew they never had a shot. Just like myself. I knew I never had a shot when it came to females. I ain't never been no sex symbol. Never have. I never been a LL Cool J type of man. So, you know, it's funny how dudes want to tell dudes they got to lose weight, they got to do this. Like, they just like making up stuff. I notice dudes who see guys in these types of positions, they just want to make up stuff when it comes to these dudes. They want to just pull stuff out of their behind to tell these guys. Somebody that's been losing their whole life, they going to continue to lose. Ain't no hope for them, you know? Ain't no dating coach, ain't no pickup artist, ain't nobody that's going to help these dudes. It's over. And see, one thing about me, I knew that I didn't stand a chance in hell. My father let me know it when I was 14. I was born to lose. God didn't. So, you know, dudes who give up on themselves, I want to salute y'all. And don't let these men try to shame you and gaslight you for giving up on yourself. Because a lot of these dudes, a lot of you guys, y'all knew it was over for you from the day one. Y'all knew that y'all never stood a chance in hell. You know, so, you know, I just wanted to make this presentation real quick. talking about dudes who gave up on themselves, because a lot of guys knew they never had a shot. I knew I never had a shot. Even back when I was a teenager, I was born to lose. From the day my mom pushed me out of her vagina, I was born to lose. Everybody ain't born to win. Everybody ain't born to win, and I represent for the people that was born to lose. So I want to salute all the dudes who gave up on themselves. I'm representing for all the failures, all the dudes who cave in and quit. That's one of the reasons why I love talking to Baraka so much. He gave up on himself. But people want to attack men like this. A lot of these dudes never had a shot from the beginning. So how you gonna get mad at dudes who gave up on themselves when they never stood a chance? But that's all I'm gonna say about this for now. I may make a part 2 talking about this video, talking about this topic rather, because I felt this was a good topic to talk about. That's just something for you guys to marinate on. A lot of these dudes who gave up on themselves, a lot of these types of dudes, from the time they were teenagers, they never had a shot to begin with. But that's all I'm gonna say for now. You guys have a good day.